Hello, everyone. Welcome back to whatever the hell it is I went to. One second. Oh, my chair has eaten the headphones. Yeah, there really has to be a way around this. What the? This is so crazy. Oh, there it is. I figured it out. What? Well, it's like I have like 18 headphones wrapped around my chair. And it's always just the one I happen to be using that doesn't want to play with this. I swear if wireless headphones were reliable, I would use them. But they are not. How? It's so great that I get to do this on air. Yeah, I would have worked this out before. Oh, so awesome. All right, anyway. Put myself a little music in the separate headphones because I can't play any music on YouTube or I get DMCA'd off the planet. This is so crazy. Unplug. Okay. Thank you. And now we can get started. Wonderful. All right. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm painting Donny. At least that's the idea. Painting Donny and listening to live periscopes in Ferguson. That's what I'm doing on my phone. So turn on the Q&A. And I put out the emails to Joey and whoever else they want to join in. Get started. I'm concerned about the sliding scheme right now. So. Dude, don't even stress about that, bro. I choke myself all the time, man. You know, and I especially know when I come on here talking, you know, comes with the territory, you know. I didn't think you were being, you know, malicious about it or anything. I hyper focus though, dude. So don't think like you can't be like, hey, that time you said some shit that was fucked up. You can call me out, man. It's okay. I'm gonna end up thinking about it nonstop. Like, and I'm gonna call my friends, and they're gonna have to hear about it. And I'm gonna drag Brandon on here, completely get him to validate my opinion. Until I ask him about something that he doesn't know about, then I'll just completely throw his opinion away, which in of itself is kind of a dick thing to do. So I guess there's some truth to it, you know. I just like to think that maybe none of it's mean spirited. Let's put it that way. You know, none of it comes from a place of like, you know. And I'm always afraid, man. I'm gonna end up like making Joey feel like he has no future. You know, because I think the kid's tremendously talented. You know, I mean, I've known him since he was like 16, 15, 16. So through the internet, you know, I was like, the kid's got a future. You know, no doubt. There might not be much of an industry to go to, but you know, he'll be a part of it. Please don't stress about it, man. It's all good. Right. Well, you know, I've been in a little bit of a sour mood since the layoff, but you know, what can you do, man? You know, I was in an interview last month. I was like, you know, my resume's starting to look like a Richter scale. You know, it does get tiring. Yeah, I don't think I'm jaded though. That's the one thing I'm. There aren't a lot of words we can use. Like I said, I would just say at this point, like, I probably just didn't have a clear goal getting into art. You know, I think is the thing. And I think one of the other things that's a little frustrating is I listen to people, and I listened to the wrong people early on. Like, um, you know, when I was in Europe, I found a lot of great European comics, like Skydoll. This is like 2001. You know, there was a way I loved to draw, and I stopped doing that because I'd get punked out. You know, like Comic-Con editors and people I'd work with at school would laugh at that stuff, and you know, and so I started like tailoring what I did to fit, you know, and that's all come full circle. You know, a lot of the things that are popular. I've never really enjoyed drawing chicks running around with their big boobies hanging out, you know, and that's falling out the wayside now. And it bugs me that like I tried to chase some of that just because I thought, well, you know, maybe that's the career I'm missing out on. You know, I hold a lot of blame. But certainly doing something about it, you know. So Yeah, he does, but he does like, how do I say this? He's like that heel, you know, in 80s pro wrestling, you know? He's like the guy where you're like, the guy could be talented, but he's also kind of it's a whole thing. I used to spend my entire childhood screwing with that guy at Comic-Con before it was popular. You know? So now it's like, well, you know, it's just the best show on the internet. Or should I add the background? I had no background plan for this. I gotta add something. The guy's been rewarded for not trying. Like it's, I mean, come on. Like McFarlane used to have a whole like section of Wizard magazine devoted just to defending Rob Liefeld. Rob Liefeld, my buddy, and then he ended up kicking him out of company. You know, it's crazy. How did he get a job? Well, you know, he did the popular art back in the day. You know, he kind of just really like a lot of people said he knocked off McFarlane, but his art was very Art Adams ish. You know, Art Adams like, and he was on the New Mutants, man. I think people forget how like insanely popular the X-Men were in the late '80s. You know, and he rode that wave. You know, he liked, you know, anime, or at the time he called it Japanimation. So there's he had a lot of trendy stuff going on in his art that appealed to teens, you know. So part of a great career is good timing, man. He was just right place at the right time. I don't stress over typos, man. Don't worry about it. Maybe. Yeah, something kind of like that. Yeah, but like I said many times, man, drawing hands and backgrounds don't mean shit in comics. Yeah, that just goes to prove a point, you know, like obviously that didn't matter. You know. I never cared about what he didn't draw. I think what used to drive me nuts was what he would do when he was just like phoning it in or redrawing like panels from like, because I collect a lot of anime shit. And when he would redraw panels from like Pat Lavore or Appleseed, you know, it was just like, dude, you're just ganking shit off these fucking these mangas, you know, like left and right, you know, not homages, just straight up art theft. But I mean, I guess there's nothing you can do about that, you know. I mean, how many tattoo pieces of art are drawn well, you know, like as long as the art's iconic, I suppose that's what really matters. I try not to get too into art snobbery, you know. But theft is a whole nother thing. Yeah, the Cubers were guilty of it too. They redrew many a Jim Lee panel. I'll take care of that in a little bit. Just made a block in. Yeah, dude, there's a trailer for it. It's pretty horrible. Hey, hold on. You know what I think this thing's doing? I think it's recording my audio from... Let me see. Yeah, it's recording from the webcam again.
Test. See? It keeps doing that. All right, sorry. The audio sounds better now. 1 second. Yeah, this for some reason, ever since I got the new PC, it defaults to the webcam mic. So it's driving me batty. I gotta get used to if I don't hear my voice in the headset, then nah, it's recording me from above the mic. Whatever. Yeah, Gem. Like, come on, man. It's a shitty cartoon to begin with. I wanted to like it. I wasn't afraid of female action heroes when I was a kid. I was a big fan of Ripley and Sigourney Weaver, Dana Barrett, you know. So Jim was just not very good. Who's on the Mike?
Oh, snap.
Holy shit, dude, you're way loud, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, oh snap is right. You just snapped the internet.
I'm pretty far away from my mic.
You're super loud, dude. Like, hey, let me check. There's like one guy. Hey, comic guy, is Mike super loud? Or is it just my headphone? See how long it takes. Could just be my headphones up.
Well, I can adjust it.
I'll assume at this point it's me. What's up, dude? Busy at work, huh?
Oh my god.
I started thinking, am I gonna have to learn Ruby?
No.
Damn, now you got me all excited. Now I gotta learn Ruby. Fuck. I was looking at Code Academy. I'm like, oh, I gotta learn this shit too.
That's not too bad. How's that?
That's better. Yeah.
It's better?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Okay, I went from 100% to... No. Why are you adjusting?
Is it auto adjusting?
Yes.
That's bad, dude.
Here, hold on. Don't do that. Allow applications to take exclusive control of this device. No. Apply. Okay. Are we maintained? How's that?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. No, it's our client was like, hey, we want to do a release candidate like now, as opposed to giving us, a week. So we had like a day and a half to pump out something that takes 3 or 4 days to do minimum, bare minimum, and if they fail the certification, they have to pay $30,000 to recert. If they fail the certification, it's because we didn't catch it.
Wow.
So, and it's like, it's completely unreasonable, but it was like we're staying like late every day. We're waiting for builds. It was all last week, and it was completely crazy and hectic, but it's over now because like we did everything we needed to do, even though it sucked. And it's all in their hands now. we're fine. But yeah, it was some long days and just it's terrible.
Yeah, doesn't sound like fun, bro.
It's not. It just pisses me off because they should know better, but they don't know better. So we just have to deal with it because we're a development house and we know how things go. But basically it was one of those, probably something you've dealt with quite a bit, where one of the higher-ups is like, yeah, no, we're going to do this now. And everyone's like, we really shouldn't. And they're like, yeah, no, we're going to anyways.
Right. We've all been there.
Yeah, but it's kind of rare in my industry because, like I said, it's usually they know better. But this time they just pushed super hard. And we're like, okay, no, don't do this. And they still ended up having to push out until tomorrow. So, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna get working. I'm gonna make everything in the basic. Oh wait, I'm not gonna talk about it right now.
Oh, we can talk about it, dude. I don't care. No one
Are you
cares.
sure?
Yeah, they don't. No one watches this shit.
Okay, well, don't say that. Come on. I
What?
bet you whoever's watching right now is like, dude, I've been here for like an hour.
Yeah, well, Okay, not enough people watch this for me to stress over it. I'm not gonna get questions. So.
Well, I've got the downloaded version of VX Ace. I'm going to make the basic stuff in just to kind of go through the motions. And then on Friday, I'm going to pick up the full version and start going into that and looking into the Ruby code that I need to modify, because it's going to be literally inserting scripts. So we need to build the base, and then we'll insert the scripts that we want. So it's think about it like cut and paste, but on a folder structure. So it'll be like, okay, our battle system. Take the old one out. Here, put the new one in, which is all the scripts that it's going to point to. The only thing I need to figure out is the art assets and what we're going to do / what we needed to do.
Right.
In regards of that and what we need to modify there. But it's a scripted
We'll definitely
language.
We'll definitely be working on a placeholder for just a little bit. I got the entire Better Baby modeled, but it'll be Game Cave. And as soon as she's done with that, then I'm gonna put her on like scene level. Right now she's at map level, you know what I mean, scale. And then I'm gonna put her on Game Cave like right after that, which is the scene level. You know what I mean? So we got a little bit of time, but I can sketch everything out. You know what I mean? So there'll be placeholder.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be placeholder everything for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks till we figure out specifically what script stuff we need. But from there, it's really not going to be that difficult. And any hurdle that I run into script wise, I can just simply Skype my lead dev and be like, "Here's what I'm doing." I'll go, "Oh, do this." I already told him. I was like, "You're helping me with this. I'm not even asking you." And he's like, "All right, cool, man. Whatever you need." So we got that going for us, which is nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm actually...
Yeah, the way I envisioned it was that there's going to be a long pre-order line, right? Like everyone's in line for a new game, and you're one of the customers, right? And like you didn't get a pre-order, so you can either cut in line, and the closer you get to the front of the line, the way more insane. That's where the battle system would come in place. The way more insane the fight would be. You know what I mean? Like it could be. So you'd have to like really grind and battle up, or we can do a simple quest system where if you talk to enough Game Cave employees and help them do things, you can get, a pre-order. You know what I mean? Kind of a little Earthboundy, So we'll develop the quest part, as we go along. because I'm unfamiliar with that part, you know. But it'll definitely be fun, you know.
Yeah, fun. The two big things that I'm definitely going to aim for, just from my point of view, is going to be fun and conveyance, because that's the hugest, it's the biggest things I've seen fail in every cool endeavor I've ever seen, whether it's an application, a website, a game, an indie game. Like,
What do you mean by conveyance?
getting the information that the person needs. Like, usually conveyance is done with a simple tutorial level. But if you look at a bunch of indie games, you don't have to teach by giving instructions. You convey it in such a way that it's kind of a natural progression of you learning how to manipulate the game and the controls without like, all right, here's a tutorial level. This is how you attack. This is how you do this. I mean,
right.
Part of it's going to be that. Of course, it's going to be, look, you need to know what your buttons do and stuff like that. But I just don't think we need to put ourselves in that rut of, this is how you do in a classic RPG, so this is how we're going to do it in this. I think there is, if you think about it enough, there will be a way to figure out a way to convey the information that you need without, a bunch of text and, a tutorial fight and stuff like that. Because that's, when I see a game like a Bastion is a perfect example. When you start moving through Bastion from the very beginning, like, you don't really have a tutorial level. You just start learning about everything.
Right.
So it's just how you choose to tell your customer how the
And
game
there's also,
works.
like, how much we can do given the system.
Yeah, there is going to be limitations, but I think in the end there'll be enough imagination behind it where, given those limitations, like, I can still hand you 3 colors and you can still do artwork. You know? So even though we're going to have limitations on this, I think if we put our minds to it enough, that it'll be fine. But I really want it to convey really well and easily, and I really want it to be fun. Like, I want to be excited to play it, and even though it's a demo and something I created and I know all the content of, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm playing through Mother 3 starting this week. The fan
Did they even release that in the United States?
No, but fans have fully translated it. You can even buy a hardbound, fully English strategy guide.
Who? Oh, it was the completionist, Gerard. Yeah, he did. He got his hands on a copy of Mother 3, and did a full review on it.
Yeah, it's fully translated. Yeah, because there's no monsters in the city. So I was just thinking it'd be fun, like, gamers are dicks, So, I mean, they can be. And I love that game night, the 24-hour game night, like a GameStop's, and how ridiculous they get. Like, there might even be, like paintball games outside, too, that you can partake. We could have, like, there might be different ways to do some different ways with the battles,
Yeah, sure. Anything wacky to gain some XP.
Yeah. Because they do have hit points in their universe. They are tracked. Everything they do has experience points.
Nice.
Yeah, they keep it in their stat boy. Yeah, I spent the week mapping out all of Butter Bay for modeling. That was fun.
Is that what you posted last week with the roughies?
Some of it, yeah. That what I decided upon was we don't have scale yet, and I want everything built in low poly moving forward, so that we can easily translate to any future 3D game assets we might need. So the setting I figured was, first I mapped out the actual city according to everything I have in the book and everything I need, and then I said, okay, I'll design 5 key locations in the city, and then she can build those base models, and then we'll sit down together and stream it and whatever, put them in there and figure the scale out,
Oh, that's right. We can stream the RPG Maker sessions too.
Yeah, we can do all that shit, man. Oh yeah. So even if it doesn't work, hey, it's all on camera. But I don't know, man. I don't see how not. I mean, we're not.
No,
With
we'll
the
definitely.
demo, dude, like it's doable. You know what I mean? It's not
Oh yeah.
not an impossible thing. I'm just concerned, like visually, there's just something I really want to get the parallax mapping down. I think that's really important, and I really want to get that diagonal battle system, this we could into kind of style thing.
I don't think when you have a lead developer that knows Ruby and we're working with something that's plug and play Ruby scripts, I don't really see it being very difficult.
It's not the average people have those access, right, to those kinds of things. So.
Oh God, no.
Right.
He's been writing Ruby for like 6 years or 8 years.
Nice.
So it's going to be as easy as, hey, we're just trying to do this. Oh, okay. Well, here.
Super awesome.
Yeah.
So, did you see that Crackdown 3 stuff?
No, I've been out of loop of everything for a week.
You know about it?
No.
Basically, with Crackdown 3, the entire city's destructible. Right? Anything can be blown up. In multiple
Crackdown
pieces.
3 shows what the Xbox One can really do.
Nah, yeah. Well, the thing is, it's offloading all the calculations to the cloud, right? To their network, whatever that fucking thing is.
Oh. Oh.
And they're like, well, sometimes it'll hit 3 servers or 7 servers, whatever it needs to calculate all this shit. And I'm like, so if there's 1 million people playing, you know what I mean? And they're all,
Well,
that
hold on.
work?
Yeah, it will, because it says, I'd assume they need a hefty internet connection, but was told they only need 2 to 4 megabits, which, if you're streaming 1080p on Netflix, it's 6 megabits. So they're using less than a Netflix stream. So that's completely doable. Completely doable. Because you gotta remember, you'd think WoW takes a lot of bandwidth, and WoW pulls like 30 megs an hour. Like, megabytes of data is all it pulls in. So you really don't need much to play WoW. Now, if you're in a giant 40-person raid, yeah. Oh, dude, WoW is
really?
so
You think so?
not.
You ever play that on a laptop?
Well, no, it
I was
takes graphics to do it, but paying the information that it takes the server for is equivalent to 30 megabytes of information an hour on WoW. So I found this out because my internet was out and I was using my phone for Wi-Fi as a hotspot. So I was like, am I going to use gigs of data trying to play WoW? And I was like, no, you use 30 megs an hour. You can play WoW for hours using your phone. So, I mean, this is going to be data intensive. If they're using 2 to 4 megabits, that's a lot of, what's 2 megabits?
But they're making it like it's no big deal. I'm like, dude.
Well, it is no big deal. If you can stream Netflix at 1080, then yeah. Because they're already streaming Netflix at 4K, and that's pulling 12 megabits.
Something tells me, dude, when they start relying on these servers to help out with, I don't know, man. They can't get people to log into multiplayer properly. I just don't get.
Oh, it's gonna be a shit show when they try and implement it.
That's what I'm trying to say, right? Like, it's got to be, right? Like.
Well, yeah, that's gonna happen. But every single service that's based on the internet that has a massively multiplayer online experience like that, every time, Blizzard's gotten really good about it, because Blizzard is like dumping money into their back end and their server side so that their outages aren't that much. But Microsoft doesn't necessarily do that. I mean, it's had a couple of failures on the back end, hasn't it? With with Forza and stuff, and then PlayStation had problems with Gran Turismo. I don't know why they don't make it really hefty. Because it was EA Origin and SimCity, right?
Yeah.
I remember that launched, and then it was just a fucking disaster. And then EA was like, "Oh, we're sorry," and everyone's like, "Dude, you guys are billion-dollar franchise. Like, how is this even happening? I don't know why they do it, but it happens. I'm assuming if Microsoft's going to talk this much game, they're going to beef everything up. But if they talk a good enough game and everybody likes it and gets it, then there will be server problems. It's going to happen on launch. There's no way around it. I mean, there's never been one time in history that somebody's launched something.
If Sony wanted to counter the Azure network, who do they go to? They don't have anything, right? No one's built. Amazon's probably the closest thing to it.
They'll find some big giant backend that they'll just say, "Hey, can we use your stuff?"
But who has a
They'll
giant?
pay a lot of money.
I mean, I guess it would do those Azure network things. Just everyone's got one of those lying around, like.
No, Microsoft has it because it's been building the cloud for 5 years. You know, they've been stacking up on that, but so have other people. I don't have a specific names, but Sony would go to the biggest cloud service possible and say, "What's your bandwidth?" And if they got a big enough bandwidth, they'd say, "Okay, we're going to give you a shitload of money, and then we want to launch this game using you as our backbone." So it costs Microsoft less because Microsoft has been spending years developing the hardware and the software behind it. It would cost Sony a hell of a lot more because Sony would have to go out and buy it. So I mean,
dude, this just in, man. This just in. You know you know Grin, the guys who did Bionic Commando. Apparently did a Red Riding Hood Kickstarter.
Okay.
The whole studio just shut down. Like, and the founders
which they remade Bionic Commando, the old one, and
remember the sausage head, dude, the sausage head, the fucking big hot dog head.
Well, I never played it, but are you talking like the third person Bionic Commando?
Yeah, they did that one.
World?
Yeah.
Okay, those guys.
And they were working on Fortress, I believe, too. But which was this Final Fantasy thing, which the artwork for that was great, but you know, so what? So they're like, yeah, you know, people believe. What about our Kickstarter backers? Like, well, you know, we made promises, we've let you down. Crazy thing is, everything's ready for postage. We have stickers and posters and art books are ready to be printed, but we don't have any money. So,
oh boy,
fuck, dude, this is a major studio, dude.
Like AAA title studio?
Yeah, I mean, they did the whole fucking Bionic Commando reboot.
What's the name of this place?
Grin, Grin, Swedish. Fuckers, dude. El Gamer. I can never say his middle name. Penguin.
Terminator Salvation. Well, they made Bionic Command. That was 6 years ago.
I was at Play. Shut up. I was on the cover for that one. Yeah, I was at Play when that game came out.
I'm just saying, like, I thought it was a couple years ago. It was actually 6 years ago.
I know. Time flies, man.
Ghost Recon, Band. I mean, they did. They really haven't done that much content.
Well, no, they had that Fortress game, right?
Fortress, yeah, codename Fortress, PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah, they were supposed to, but they.
Oh, they were gonna make the fucking Strider reboot and the Streets of Rage reboot.
Yeah, but those got made. I mean, the Strider one that eventually came out was pretty good, so can't complain.
Wait, hold on. Something's weird here. Grin, the company, shows founded 1997, defunct 2009, Stockholm, Sweden. So who was it just a Kickstarter that went shit canned or what?
Yeah, dude. So they did this Kickstarter probably to save their thing, and then that didn't work, and everyone's fucked out of dicks, dude. Like, I played all through their 2 hours of Kickstarter. The game sucked. The art style was nice, but the writing was really bad. Fighting's boring. Really frustrating because it feels like it could have been good, but man.
Grin Game Studios, so they have a different logo, different name, and they got 72 grand for Wolfie or Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf.
Red Riding Hood Diaries.
Right.
Wait, so what's it?
Which essentially is like half the budget for a basic demo. You know what I mean? Like Like I'm looking at the play stuff for this, and I'm like, how are they expecting to make a third person, you know, brawling side 2.5 brawler, dude, for 70 grand plus print books? You know what I mean? Like that means like whatever they did to set up their fucking Kickstarter was bullshit. Like they probably had one of those deals that said, hey, we'll fund you, one of those backdoor
Mhm.
publishing deals, and they dropped it. So these guys, you know what I mean? Like they were doing the Kickstarter just to cover the rewards essentially, and they can't throw said company under the bus because they're free. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
yeah, there's a whole nother story that's not being told here. Because like when we were putting together that
Hold on one
demo
second.
for
Hold on one second. I'll be right back. I gotta run out to my living room real quick. Sorry, my roommate's being a pain in the ass. I'll be right back.
What up with BioWare, comic guy? I know that they're doing something with the Knights of the Old Republic, the original one, but I don't know. I didn't think it was announced yet officially.
All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's super loud.
Again?
Well, it gets this feedback.
There's nothing for it to get feedback
Yeah.
off.
Listen to that.
I'm on a headset. Really?
I mean, whatever. I don't care, dude. Just
I know, but it's a headset. That's the weirdest part.
yeah. I mean, it's not like that. That
Oh,
microphone
hold on.
feedback.
I think I know what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. Let's see if this helps. How's that? Is that any
Okay.
better?
I guess.
Are you still
yeah.
getting weird feedback?
Not right now.
Yeah, I know what's going on. My headset and my webcam were picking up mic at the same time.
Oh yeah, I was saying that on the new PC for some reason it defaults to my webcam mic. So I've got a bunch. The last few videos were like, it's like, why the fuck do I sound like I'm in a tin can?
Because you have both in there picking it up.
Well, just the one. It wasn't even picking up the mic. I couldn't hear myself in the ear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Windows 8 is really fun about mics and speakers and Bluetooth. Okay, so that sounds better then?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to leave that as disabled. All right. So they did a Kickstarter for Wolf for $72,000 and then told everybody to fuck off. That's what you're telling me.
Essentially, well, we know we just can't pay our bills, so we're going into bankruptcy.
So Korean Game Studios is going into bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Which means, does that mean that 2,378 backers get their money back?
No. They released the game in some form, but all that shit, no, because since they're going to bankruptcy,
Oh my god, are you serious? Since they
But-
made their goal?
So if you bought a soundtrack or you got the art book, you're fucked.
Oh my god. Wow.
Studio.
Wow.
Pretty wild, right?
I can't believe that's even legal.
Oh, it's bankruptcy.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. They're not wrong. They're just being an asshole.
Right.
Yeah, that's some Big Lebowski shit right there.
I mean, it's what bankruptcy's for, right?
Oh my god. That's intense, man.
Dude, game Kickstarters, I just assume the game's never shipping. I back them for the ride at this point, you know? Like,
Well, you backed the Symphony of the Night sequel, well, sequel in quotation marks.
yeah, I'll be shocked if it comes out. You know? Look, I have some great Kickstarter games. I don't think they can't be done. You know what I mean? I think going to Kickstarter for once the game is done, going for things like, hey, we need some music. You know what I mean? Or we need, you know what I mean? Like to help promote it, or get some good sound effects dropped. I mean, shit that most people don't have. I mean, music isn't cheap. I mean, the Game Cave
Oh,
thing
I can
cost me a
imagine.
little bit of money. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I paid for that out of my bonus money, from the year. So, it was like I did that for me. But yeah, I mean, we go add professional custom sound to the fucking game. You want to go to Kickstarter for that shit. But this whole idea of going to Kickstarter and like, oh, I'm gonna get all these things other than the game, like, where's that money coming from? You know what I mean? For the book
Mm-hmm.
printing, like 72 grand, that's barely enough to print books in mass anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, low run printing, I get, but like,
Well, if you were printing 2,300 books.
yeah, like that's 40 grand right there, dude. Not including shipping.
Oh, damn. Oh, I sent a picture to your phone.
Nice.
So that whole lot, my buddy Tori was gonna put them on eBay, but he was like, "Hey, you want these?" And I was like, "Yeah." How much? And he's like, "I don't know, $50." I was like, "I'll give you 60." Just so I could put them on my desk at work.
That's cool.
Well, I've already got like 5 or 6 of them, so get a little collection going now.
I gave Chris some shit the other day. He was telling me, he called him up. He's like, I'm collecting Matchbox cars. I'm like, Matchbox cars? He's like, yeah, like Hot Wheels. I'm like, what are you, fucking 4? Like, he's like, what, man? I like them. You know what I mean? Like, it makes me happy. I'm like, your happiness isn't worth the fucking, shit you're gonna get from a woman when she comes in there and sees a bunch of Matchbox cars. I mean, like, I get some vinyl figures. That's legitimate geek credit. I said, what's next? Precious Moments? You know what I mean? Fucking cats. Like, why do I even talk to you? I'm like, I don't know. Why do you talk to me?
Here's my Matchbox cars. Next to it is the precious moments that I feel really define parts of my life.
When I go to the store, I mean, I see them. If I like them, I pick them out. I'm like, that's so sad, dude. Like, they don't even mean anything. They're just sitting there at the store, like right in between the fucking healthy fig bars and what Jennifer fucking Garner and Ben Affleck are up to, right? Like right in between there. Right in between there's your childhood encapsulated in a cheap piece of shit, fucking plastic, die-cast covered piece of plastic, probably made in Istanbul, then shipped through China.
Oh yeah. Well, they're $1 for a reason.
So then he told me, he's like, well, look, if people don't fucking like them, they can go fuck themselves. I'm like, well, I'll be fucking myself. One of us will be doing something that God intended, and the other one's collecting Matchbox cars. So he had to laugh at that one. Like, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah. How old's Chris?
He's older than me, man. Like 12 years older.
I don't remember. Wait.
He's cool. I was just fucking with him.
No, I know.
Yeah,
He probably just didn't see it coming, though.
course, because he thought, well, you have toys. No, I have the two that were given. That was given to me by Kevin Eastman, and that was that was the last time I went to Comic-Con. That's what that one represents, and it's still in the packaging. And that fucking Turtles figure, dude, is going for like $150 now. You know, because I got the original Nico ones, and I never took them out the packaging. So I check eBay all the time. You know, like that's just $150. I mean, that's not a bad take for something that cost me $20. You know.
So one of the little vinyl toys that I have, my toy that got him by now from he moved. I helped him move, and he was like, "Man, check this one out. It's a limited edition one." And I'm looking at it. It's cool. It's got this really badass little gas mask, little 3-inch vinyl. And I'm like, "Dude, that is legit as hell, man. That's a super cool little vinyl toy." He's like, "You like that much?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Cool, man. I bought another one, still in the box, but it's going for like $200 now because this artist does like 24-hour fire sales, so you just can never get them unless you're super diligent about picking them up."
Crazy.
So he actually gave me a high-valued one,
Oh, nice.
and I turned around and looked, and I was like, "Yeah, that's a $200 vinyl toy. Weird, just because you can't. That's it. You never get it after the first time they sell."
Right.
He's like, "You're gonna keep it in the box?" I'm like, "Fuck no, man. Pull it out of the box. Like, it's a little vinyl toy. I'm not gonna. If someone's gonna give me something as a gift, I'm not gonna save it just so I can sell it later because it's valuable."
Yeah, that's why it's on the wall. You know what I mean? It was a gift. Like, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
The gifts are gifts, man. I could give the gift away, but I'm not gonna sell somebody's gift, man. That's
Yeah. I would totally like if
So
somebody.
unless I got cancer, you know, and I really need it, like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, gotta pay some medical bills. Anybody want this weird $200 vinyl? But I thought that was really, really cool, you know, because he didn't have to do that, but he just chose to.
yeah, that's cool.
So I just put it up at work, and I was like, all right, well, nobody knock these over because apparently they're worth money. But yeah, and I'm going to have a big old pile of stuff at work, all these vinyl toys. I still can't believe those guys fucked everybody out of 72 grand.
Right.
Seriously, that's absolutely crazy. It just sounds illegal, but it's not.
I mean, they were keeping it, not making it one thing, but they filed bankruptcy. I don't know what you can, you know what I mean? It's like, well, you know.
Well, they got it. They released a product. There's no legalities there, or else they wouldn't be able to do it. So they did. They met whatever obligation they had.
They didn't
to.
ship any of the extra rewards, so they didn't meet that obligation.
Well,
Right?
something legally said they didn't have to, or else they'd be.
That's called bankruptcy. Protected. They're under
So,
Chapter
yeah,
11.
there you go.
Protected. There's nothing you can do about it. You know? It wasn't a guy who put it up. You know, it was the company.
And if it's a corporation, then it's its own entity. So no one person is going to take that bankruptcy on. The corporation itself will.
Or however it works in Sweden.
Oh yeah, true. I'm talking about here.
I would never just back a game from Grin, man. That fucking Bionic Commando sucked.
Never played it.
It was one of those ones Dave tried to defend. I was like, you're out your fucking mind.
Did it get out? Let me see. It didn't get horrible reviews.
The game wasn't good, man.
It got a 7.5 out of 10 from IGN, a 3.5 out of 5 from Metacritic, and a 6 out of 10 from GameSpot. It didn't shit can. It didn't do awesome, but it didn't shit can.
Yeah, but you could tell, you know. Trust.
Oh, Grin was the developer and Capcom was the publisher. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah. Well, this was part of that thing where Capcom was trying to branch out to Western developers to make more Western-friendly versions of their games, right? And so that's when I got hit up by one of these guys. They had just done 1943 on PSN, and they were
No
doing
shit.
the original Commando, a version of that. And the guy just hit me up. Hey, your fucking portfolio is dope. Would you be willing to relocate to Marin County? And I said no.
Not at
I
all.
had a game developer willing to give me a job, dude. He's like, all right, wait, are you serious? Like, I'm like, dude, Marin County, are you crazy? Like, I, I have the single most expensive place next to Dubai, dude. I mean, I live in San Diego, so can't move to Marin County, He's like, you're never gonna get a chance like this again. I'm like, I get that, but then when you happens if you guys go out of
What's
business and
Marin
I'm stuck,
County?
that's where
What's the?
Lucasfilm is. It's San Francisco, man.
Oh, so it's fucking.
It's
That's the
super
crazy
expensive.
shit.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? He did, but he gave me this shit. He was like, You're never gonna get a chance like this again." I'm like, "I don't think you're gonna be around in a year for it to hurt my feelings," And they weren't. They were out of business a year later. So proud of myself when I knew I was like, told that motherfucker. Now they're stuck in Marin County.
No, I thought it was expensive to live here. I found the stuff I've been finding is around livable. I'm talking less than 1,000 square feet. It's around 2,000, 2,200 a month. But you start looking at San Francisco prices, and they've got studios for $5,000 in city. I mean, you're getting to like New York prices.
I'm doing that.
I didn't even. Well, I mean, no, it's not even doable.
Yeah. I'm
It's
like, look,
not.
I
That's
gotta,
not.
like, come on, guys,
Seriously.
Like, dude, if that shit was in LA, I'd have gone, Okay, I can wing that, It's a hop, skip, jumping away.
How far is LA from you?
2 hours at tops,
2 hours? Oh, that's not that bad.
Not bad. Yeah, so if it fails, no big deal. No harm, no foul. But I'm not moving it. I mean, you're out your fucking mind, bro. I told him, like, I don't think you're going to be around in a year, Like, the way Capcom's running, like,
Fucking Capcom, dude.
he was not happy. I got to see if I got that email still somewhere. It's hilarious. But
Oh, yeah, that'd be.
I don't think I
fantastic.
do, because I remember I finally purged my Yahoo emails a year ago. I'll check. It was hilarious, dude. My girl at the time, she was like, "So game company." I mean, yeah, I guess that was a dream, but Marin County, no fucking way. Are you certain? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking certain. If it was Industrial Light and Magic, okay. But let me think, a third-party
Well, yeah,
game
there's
studio
some
porting games over for a company that fucking rats its own people out. Capcom's not exactly known, Even at the time, they were on the downswing, bro.
Yeah, and was there any type of subsidy? Was there like, oh, we'll figure out a way to put you in some affordable housing, or
Bro,
how
that
things are
conversation didn't even get there. He just said, would I be willing to relocate? And I said, no. And then
Yeah,
he's
I'll
like,
go for
dude, this opportunity doesn't come often. I'm like, the opportunity to experience bankruptcy in Marin County? Like, you're right. And I don't need to, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not the dude, man. I appreciate tremendously, but I can't relocate. No, I'm not. I'm unwilling to relocate to Marin County. And the girl at the time's like, well, if it doesn't work out, I mean, they'll go and then they'll take, I said, what? They'll give me I mean, come on. I always see that. Once you're in the industry, you always be in the industry. You know what? I seem to be the exception to every one of those fucking rules. I'm like, no, I won't. I'm going to be homeless in Marin County.
they're not gonna, yeah.
Let
me see. Let me see exactly. So is there no way in Hangouts to find out who's actually watching for me?
Right now? No, it just says one viewer or however many viewers. Most of the viewers come, post. once it goes on the YouTube, bro. So,
Hi, YouTubers. Days from now.
yeah, YouTubers in the future.
Yeah.
Did you have a chance to check out that job thing? Was that all possible? I don't know for the demo, but because like my whole thing was like here's how I settled on the idea for the demo. I was like, man, I really want a version of Game Cave you can walk around in. And I don't know how to make a full game out of that. So I'm like, why don't we just make the demo Game Cave? You know what I mean? So then we can figure out whatever we want to do, and I'm not like emotionally attached to any particular thing. You know what I mean? So
No, I haven't. Last week for me was a wash, dude.
that's what I figured.
That's all I was doing was working
That's all good.
and staying at work late. So I have to catch up this week
Yeah, no
because
big
I
deal.
have plenty of obligations. So is this how you're coloring now, and then you just do the gradient maps over?
Yeah.
Damn.
You want to see how it works? Check this out. I'll show you.
Oh, let's. Well, I got.
Well, I can go
24
show you Michelangelo. I got this one all right here. All right. So this is the phase that I'm going to right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll do some bit more black and white detail. Like this right here was a bunch of additional details that I did on Mikey, right?
Okay.
Get all the black and white going, which didn't take long. There's only a lot of layers because I add them as I go, you know. So okay, so there's the black and white, right?
Yep.
Gradient maps. That's just pure gradient map. See, it's all right here.
Damn.
So that's the background. That's his skin, inner shell, belts, outer shell, yellow shell, red sword, gradient bandana, extra skin tone, mixy, BG. Here I kind of modified the BG a little bit, add a little bit of lighting. It's the same maps from the BG, just painted into him. So, yeah.
Damn.
So that's just raw. That's right. And then all I get to do is lighting and nifty glows and shit. Let me hit Control Y. There you go.
That's fucking hot, man.
I mean, depending on how moody I want it, but these Prince people like their shit to glow a little bit. You know what I mean? So I tend to like the glowies. So yeah.
Gradient maps.
Yeah, and I got it all set up for Bombcat, like, and all the shit we need like for the demo's already figured out.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
and built. So like, I can show you like Game Cave, Grad Maps, 2015. So this right here is half Grad Map, half 3D model.
Dude, oh god. That was like the most conflicting conversation I've ever had with myself. Because I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, so one looks like one and one looks like the other, but Rob could be tricking me. That's why I asked you. I was like, is this a trick question?
Like, see? There's the grayscale. And then right on top there's the beige, there's the stone, there's the wood, there's a wood copy for contrast, roof, all the black iron, and the window glow.
Oh,
And
there
all
is
I-
a line. There is a line in the roof that
Yeah.
would have that giveaway.
Yeah, but you don't notice it.
Well, yeah, you'd have to look for it.
Right. So, case in point. And then I have like grad maps. This is Butter Bay sorted by house. So these are like, this is my Game Boy filter. Yeah. This is oh, I got Kacho's grad map already worked out. And then all of Bombcat's grad maps are already done. So all her stuff is figured out. So I can just drag and drop this whole folder in and just mask it in. And then all the landscape grad maps are done. So the leaves, concrete, water blue. So the easiest way to see this is my sample file that I built off using this scene from Medora. So you could see like the tree, cool tree. See?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's shadows. So cool tree.
Damn, Damn, that's
yeah.
fucking crazy, dude.
Right? So then all I did was add extra shade on top, which I consider the world lighting. But for gaming, I mean, we're building a 2D game, so you know what I mean. It's not a big deal. But if I go to 3D, it's the same exact maps can be used. You know. So, and then I figured out how to color her entirely in grad maps. So like, there's a character art, Bombcat. I don't think that's Bombcat. See, the problem is my shit's split up. Navilla art. Bombcat design, Bombcat grad 3. Right. So this is her painted the old-fashioned way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's her completely with grad maps. So see, she's actually black and white.
Huh.
So her skin is just a gradient map. And if she wanted to be truff, look. She's gotten a tan. I got the truff skin tones on. Okay. All worked out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So how much time are you eliminating now?
Tremendous amount of time. Because a lot of shit's repeated maps. You know what I mean? Repeated colors.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. Somewhere over half. Probably 3/4 when you really sort of break it down.
Do you have a business license?
I have something ready to be set up. I just haven't because I didn't pay for it until I was ready to do. Yeah.
Well, I'm just figuring, because purchasing RPG Maker would fall into that category as a write-off.
Yeah, I have a financial planner, so you know what I mean.
Okay.
Because how that actually works with the write-offs is that you sort of allot a certain amount of money every year. You know?
All right.
And so it just falls into that. You know. But,
Okay.
I'm not paying the $2,000 to get my fucking LLC until
Yeah.
until I'm like actually get the games and stuff will be better for that, you know. So
Yeah.
because there's a lot of paperwork, man.
Yeah. Can imagine. Well, like I said, I'll use the one I downloaded for now, and then Friday I'll pick up full version.
Sweet.
And do all the placeholder things.
Something doesn't seem right. What is it?
So in November, they're releasing a 12 Blu-ray box set of Studio Ghibli. So you're getting everything, which is awesome, but it's 12 Blu-rays, so I'm wondering if it's going to cost like $300.
Right.
Because it doesn't sound like it's going to be cheap.
Amazon sale.
I hope so. You got some Prime, you can... It's actually... Let me see. Is Amazon? Amazon. Oh, what'd you think about the Google going to Alphabet?
Stock situation, dude. Maximize. Put the R&D under one umbrella, so if it takes a loss, it doesn't affect the Google stock. I
Yeah.
don't think it means much of anything. But that means as a business plan for a company, you can start to act more like you're focused. Doing 100 different things. I don't think it means much of anything. I think people forget about it. Just like remember when Facebook went public and they're like, "Oh my God, their stock tank," and and then no one remembers.
Right.
No one even talks about it anymore. Slow news week, dude. Doesn't know what's going on in Ferguson, and they don't want to mention that shit. So.
Yeah, you got all the different things to distract you.
Dude, I was watching that shit live on Periscope from like 3 different angles on the same street. Had 3 different people periscoping, so I was flipping between. On one side of the fucking line, the guy was back there, the alderman, Antonio French, and there was 2 different people on the other side of the line, facing the police. I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like it had better coverage than the Super Bowl, man. Like it was fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. If something weird's gonna happen or something big's gonna happen, they gotta throw something out there to distract everybody. Yeah, it's so hard to pay attention to that stuff though, because you never know what you're gonna get.
What are you hoping to get out of the game?
What am I hoping to get out of the game?
Well, I mean, just like experience-wise. I mean, what are you trying to? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it like that. Like, it'd be nice to know a little bit more about scripting and a different language than I'm used to, because it's Ruby. But I don't know. It just sounds fun. And technically, if you'd have told me 2 years ago, hey, that asshole you just met on the internet that's making the cool Final Fantasy head busts, yeah, in 2 years you're going to be helping him make a game for his universe. I'd have been like, yeah, go fuck yourself. So it's for me, it's still like pretty new because I'm now entering Game Cave, right? Technically, as a developer.
Right.
Um,
Welcome to Game Cave, bitch.
I know, right? But I mean, honestly, I just want to take your content and make something fun out of it. I mean, that was the whole point of my game. My original idea for my game itself was just like, we've done this our entire lives. We played Diablo. We played Diablo 2. We played Diablo 3. We played all sorts of top downs and all this crazy shit. And nobody ever covers this one content. So let's take this one content. Now Rob wants to put it in his universe and make it fun. And now it gets to get made, and it has, and I don't even have to think about the content because now Rob's going to use his content. So shit, this just became easier. So now my fun little tiny dream gets to become a reality because you get to play the underdog, and all I have to do is the technical part behind it. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. So I'll get the scripting out of it. I'll get the experience using RPG Maker. But I don't know. I just wanted to make it. Just have something cool. You know, I don't worry about, you know, is it going to be huge? Am I going to get famous, or is everybody gonna love it? No, make it, and people like it, then right on. You know, if they don't like it, then whatever. You know, we made it. We did a project. We had a blast with it. It's part of your universe now, so technically, no matter what, you'll always have a playable portion of your universe. And that's kind of cool. Because now I can pick up, well, when everything's said and done, I can pick up a magazine, I can read through it, and then be like, oh, man, I wish I could play a game like that. And then there'd be a game there. So, you know, what comes of it comes of it, but...
Well, I'm hoping that for me, I'm just hoping, like, it would be cool, like I said, to be able to have a lot of the place actually mapped out long term. Like, you know what I mean? I'm hoping that.
Oh yeah, we can do part of that, but I mean, if it actually gets substantially popular,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
we'd have to definitely hire somebody and say, okay, like we're gonna have to kickstart this and, and have some real developers making some real game, as opposed to our little demo on RPG Maker. But you know, we'll see. Know. It'd be dope. That would be awesome to be able to make a game and then launch it concurrently with, you know, graphic novel, or technically, what are you calling Game Cave now?
No one knows what it is. I was asking a guy from IDW, I'm like, what would you call this? He's like, I don't know. You know? I'm like, it's technically a graphic novel and that there's novel with graphics in it, but you know, it's not really a light novel because that's a format that it doesn't fit, you know, like.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm calling it a graphic novel to an extent, you know, but I don't know.
It really does sit in the middle.
You know. And he's like, do you think there's like a good thing? I'm like, I think anything different's a good thing, bro. Like, yeah.
I completely agree. I think anything different's always a good thing.
Yeah, but for me, it's like, you know, even if, you know, long term, it was just like, hey, you know, we added this section, and there's not even like game portions. It's just like being able to explore and talk to people and see you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a little spot.
But it'll be cool, you know.
Oh, no, it's going to be super cool no matter how it ends up. It's going to be super cool because no matter what, people that are reading and looking at your content will have this little tiny spot where they can actually go in and like move around. That's going to be the fun part. But I'm intellectually... I just forgot the word I was going to use. I've been up too late. intellectually stimulated by the project. That's what's getting me. is I want to figure it out. I want to learn how to manipulate Ruby within a framework and get good at that. But making a game sounds fun too. So that's what I'm getting out of it. I get to learn. This gets to help me progress at work because it's a scripted language. But then I also get to make a game. So that's what I'm getting. And like I said, I get to be in Game Cave now because I told you Benjamin Goodfinger ain't gonna be an NPC. So now you have to write me into lore.
Yeah, I'll figure out a place.
Make it a small one. Very, very small one.
Be in the basement looking for your bicycle. Bicycle in the basement.
Have you seen my bike?
Yeah, you know.
No? Oh, would you like to buy some potions?
Right.
Yeah, some tiny and stupid would be fantastic. I don't know. I have to see how many NPCs we're even going to have.
I'm hoping lots of content, small area. You know, relatively small. The store's not that big, dude. I mean, it's like 3 or 4 stories, you know.
Then, there you go.
So, but what I want is like all these little things to do, you know. Like I like that shit more than we're gonna do the whole city because it's just a lot of stuff, you know. Like I'd rather be like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if when you talk to these guys you could do this and then this pops up, you know what I mean? Like more to actually do. And then, yeah, you know what I mean? Like being able to see the fucking parts of the store and shit like that. Like Rad has. I mean, I see one part of it too. The way we can set it up visually, because with the parallax mapping, part of it to me is almost too like a point and click adventure. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of that too, you know, like versus pointing and clicking, you're walking up and searching shit or checking stuff out. But I mean, Rad has across from his office is his gaming museum, which is he buys, you know, his favorite arcade cabinets and brings them back from Earth, you know. You know,
nice.
like, there's that, you know, there's Mochi's fucking cafe, which, you know, there's all sorts of shit, so it's not just a game store, you know. There's a whole park behind it, Lindo Park. There's a whole park it's built into. So we could map that out if we, you know what I mean? So wanted to. It's like hidden content, you know. There's a power glove in the lake, you know, like
there's a power glove in the lake.
Right, you know, like whatever, you know.
That's awesome.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that will be fun.
All I know is when people play it, I got a feeling they're gonna be like, "Is there more?" You know.
If we do it right, that's exactly how they'll feel. And that's.
I'm pretty good at hitting that mark. Like, so it's
Is
really
there
up to
more?
you. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up, Mike.
Don't fuck up the shit, bro.
Don't fuck up my track record. You know.
Oh, it's gonna have to go through you before it even goes out to public anyway, so I'm not terribly worried about it. We just have to make sure that we're doing it specifically the way we want to do it.
I mean, Rad has his own ship, too, you know. Park downstairs. Because underneath the cities where they... Come on, stop. Dropping... Oh, really? We're doing this now?
What's happening?
Oh, it wants to drop. 1 second. Wow, really? It just dropped pressure sensitivity?
What, you're...
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. Usually if you reset workspace. It's fucking CS6, dude. Alright, let me save this and reboot it. I don't have to reboot the computer, I'll just reboot CS6. I hate it. You know, I gotta reinstall CS5. I really hate CS6. I don't like it. I don't like what they did. They took away previews. It's a whole fucking bunch of shit they did I can't stand. It's glitchy as all fuck.
Which you would figure for a company that has been
Like,
around.
well, Microsoft wanted us to take it out. I'm like, fuck you. You know? And now it's like there's just this glitch where it just drops. It hasn't dropped it completely. Usually it spurts in and out sometimes. And I thought I fixed it, but because I haven't had the problem in a while, but I guess that wasn't the problem. It literally just dropped all. Okay, come on. Yeah, see, now it's back. So I gotta fucking open my shit back up. It's wonderful.
So is that just a bug between CS6 and the Cintiq?
Yeah.
That seems like kind of a bad bug.
Microsoft and Wacom insists it's fucking Adobe, and Adobe insists that they don't want to respond to anyone's replies about it.
Well, CS6 does. All the horsepower is on the video card.
Dude, don't even get me started.
So wait, well, I mean, where's the translation there? Like, what's it using?
I don't know.
to
Don't know.
pump
Like
to?
the one I was getting this part, and people have had this where it will drop sensitivity intermittently. So you'll be moving, it's spat of paint, and then it picks back up. And even Feng Shu, dude, you know, the concept designer, he's like, well, I just think, you know, it's some computational thing getting in the way, you know, no one knows what it is. And I figured it's this actually double click function from Wacom causes that. So I solved that problem. But this thing right here, the drop in the pressure sensitive, no fucking clue, bro. I just chalk it up to CS6, like, because, like, case in point, like this. Check this out. When you go, the previews are gone. You can't see a preview of your file anymore.
Wow.
You have to go through Bridge. You have to go through Bridge in order to see a preview.
Well, I'm wondering, because you say Microsoft, I'm wondering if it's using like DX11 to actually kind of pipe it through to the video card.
I turned the video card functionality off, bro, so it's got nothing to do with that. They just go, well, Microsoft doesn't want access to those. And I'm like, I just think they want everyone to use Bridge. I think it's a lie. How I feel about it. Like, no one's using Bridge, and so now they're going to force you to.
It was sometimes.
Like, you ever notice your display drivers start crashing and they're just, oh, all of a sudden there's an update from NVIDIA? Yeah, like that's coincidental.
Oh, no, that happens all the time.
Why they're always crashing now? You know, never crashed before.
I like how
the crashes when there wasn't
display drivers are 350 megs.
Right, because you have to download fucking PlayStation Home. You know, every time you fucking want to update your video driver. I want a GeForce experience. I want a GeForce. The experience is pissing me the fuck off. I just want the goddamn thing to work. You know?
Yeah, I lucked out. I don't have anything that I was forced to use my video card for. I'm
But
still
I'm
not
not
sure
using
why.
the video card. Like, you see what I'm saying?
No, I know
I
you
turn it on.
were not. I know you were not, because I didn't. Well, honestly, I didn't know that you were actually able to turn that functionality off,
Yeah, you can turn it off.
which means it's cranking on the CPU. But is this the new rig?
Yeah, dude, it's like a fucking super fucking 8-core i7 fucking 32 gigs of RAM. Super beast, bro.
You put 32 gigs of RAM in that thing?
I certainly did.
Oh, so is it DDR3 or DDR4?
Huh? Fucking whatever, the highest shit they had, dude. You know?
Yeah. Is it X99 for the chipset?
I don't remember what it was.
Oh, you are killing me.
No, I don't.
This is how I feel when you start naming artists. Like, I kind of know what you're talking about, but specifics, I'm gonna
I
have
mean,
to.
that ain't shit. I mean, there's graphic designers that have 120 gigs of RAM and shit. You know what I mean? Like, 32
Well,
ain't.
yeah.
Some people use Photoshop. Go, you can't use anything below fucking 100. And I'm like, guys, I'm not paying $3,000 for RAM. You know, like.
Secondly, they just released a motherboard that could handle and address 128 gigs. So whoever's saying that shit before like a month ago was talking out of his ass, because they just released Asus did an X99 chipset board that was like, yep, we can do 128 gigs. Have fun spending thousands of dollars on RAM, but if you want to, go for it.
There's a whole thing on it, and I'm like, dude, you know, like whatever. I found that Photoshop tends to crap out after around 20 anyway.
Well, really, how much of that is it going to cache, man? Like,
right. Well, the cache is going on the solid state drive.
Oh, that's right.
I got that shit set up.
Pushes the SSD.
Yeah.
Oh shit, son! If it's gonna be that kind of party, I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potatoes.
Alright, you went there. Family show. Don't fucking curse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Every now and then I got a parent who goes, dude, love the thing, kids love it. You do curse a little much. I'm like, a little much? I curse a fucking storm.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you'd never think that I actually aced the English on the SATs. I deleted that info after I aced that shit. After the army, my vocabulary just tanked, bro. Like, it's way better now than when I first got out. But 15 years later, I'm still suffering the PTVD, post-traumatic verbal stress.
Oh yeah. There you go.
TD, SD. I gotta figure it out. But yeah, you just fuck this, fuck that, fuck that. I mean, it's ridiculous. How many times they dropped the F-bomb in the motor pool? And if you don't curse, you're seen as a loser. It's just different rules, man.
I actually put out a paper saying people that use obscenities actually are better at communicating.
I don't know. Kevin Smith curses up a storm, and he's pretty good at speaking. So, I don't know. I think there's a difference between cursing and just trying to, you're just an ass. You know what I mean? Like, there are people who just, like, they can't do anything right. Like, they say the wrong curse. Like, you don't do that shit when your grandma's around. Like.
No, yeah, I completely agree with that.
I'm not stupid.
There's a channel on YouTube called Regular Car Reviews, and he prides himself on the fact that he's dirty. Don't get me wrong. He says some shit, but he doesn't feel that it's necessary to use cursing for comedy, because he says a lot of funny
necessary.
Stuff. Yeah.
The only thing that's necessary for comedy is that you're funny.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to use words. Buster Keaton did that shit. Like.
But it's really funny to watch his stuff and be like, oh, it's completely true that you don't actually, because a lot of people rely on that, which kind of sucks. I'm not a connoisseur of comedy, but spending.
Bro, if I had to memorize, if I could get it in me to memorize, 10 minutes of stand up, I don't need to curse once. Like I don't need that. However, I'm just sitting here drawing for fucking 6 hours at a time. And talking. Talking's enough. Come over here and make some shit while you're doing it too. You know what I mean? Like, something's gonna give. Like, I figure it's just my brain going, well, fuck. Like, just it's a clerical, it's a syntax error.
Well, I've been trying to go through Ruby scripts and RPG Maker while we're talking, and I'm like, I can concentrate on one thing or the other. This is not working out.
I won't put you on every night, dude. So it's good to catch up.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, like, it's you're so used to it now, you can actually sit and talk. So what comes out of you doesn't really matter, like verbally wise or curse wise, just because you're already doing one thing, so your brain and your vocals are doing something completely different. I'm trying to do the same thing, and it's not even working out for me because I'm trying to concentrate on one. I don't have that disconnect yet, where you can sit and talk and
Takes years,
concentrate.
man.
Yeah,
Takes years.
it takes time.
Yeah. I actually didn't resort to this until I was just going crazy. Like I told you, when I was on GameFan, I was going crazy, sitting in my room, not talking to anybody, just going nuts. I'd listened to there's that thing called the Learning Company.
Mhm.
They do like these, they record, lectures from Harvard and Yale. I listened to every one of them twice.
Yeah.
Twice. Like the history of Napoleon, medieval, whatever, politics, language. I mean, like the lame shit too. And I was like, I can't. There's nothing else to do. I've learned all this stuff. I don't even care. I gotta talk to someone.
hmm
And that's when they're like, if you're going to take one thing to a desert island, what would it be? A gun, a loaded weapon. Because I'm telling you, you're not gonna make it. I'd write it out until there's nothing left to do, and then sayonara.
There's no Wilson for you.
Wilson won't get you through it. That's fiction. You're gonna go nuts.
Oh yeah. No, I completely agree. Yeah, no, the brain does crazy things. But yeah, I definitely have to start separating so I can actually speak and look at code at the same time.
It'd be cool to add updates to the demo too. So like you could search every book, and then I'll just draw like all the issues again. As I make Game Cave, I'll just update it. All these other magazines are in there. Like it just become this repository. It's interactive. Like if you really want to search, kind of like, I mean, you ever read Watchmen back in the day?
I still haven't been able to yet because I have to buy it, and I'm not gonna, because I want to buy it. I don't want to download it.
Well, the actual original comics are worth it because they had all these supplemental materials and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rorschach files. Like, it'd be cool to have that in game form. Put tons of shit.
So you're not just getting one thing. Yeah, that would be.
Or if you ever want to make like a mini game, then we could just insert it in there. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, there you go.
It'd be great to have MAME support, so if you want to play Super Nintendo, you could plug that shit in. But you know what I mean? Like, I have no idea.
Well, I'm currently building a MAME machine at work, so I'm finding out specifically what the back end and the front end can do based on Hyperspin and Rocket Launcher. So I'm learning a whole bunch about MAME.
I'm not saying that first. I'm just saying it'd be cool, here
eventually,
and there. Here and there, like, oh, that'd be, 50 to 1,000. Plus, it's just a good demo reel. Yeah, we made this thing,
Mm-hmm.
Like a
yeah,
game.
when we're all done, I can't wait to say that. Hey, we made this thing, and it was fun.
When are you gonna make it in 3D? And it's gonna have like a materia battle system. It's gonna have CG. What people always do.
When you kickstart a whole bunch of money, then we pay some developer to go in and do all
I'm
that.
trying to figure out how much, dude. Is there ever enough money? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to figure out like what would be to get a Saga Frontier like 2D RPG, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would be the actual cost of something like that these days? Like.
I don't think it would take that much research to actually come up with that number.
Like a Suikoden 2 level 2D, Saga Frontier 2 looking RPG.
The way I imagine it is most of the code's already out there. It's just what it's really going to boil down to is going to be your platform. If you're going straight PC, probably not too bad. But if you're going cross
on a console port now, right?
Well, so an Xbox One is JavaScript, 360 C#, They're writing most engines for PS4 is Unity and don't quote me on this. Anybody who listens to this on YouTube. Unity and Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah, but this is 2D, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you still have to work with the confines of the console. So it's going to be something that like JavaScript can launch into or something, whatever the console's using itself. So it's going to be an engine that, like Unreal 4 would be a hardcore version that you would use for a 2D environment or something like that. And I'm not saying I'm correct. I'm saying this is what they're using. I don't know if they're using it for everything. I don't know if that's what you would use for 2D. I'm saying if that's what they were going to use, that's what they would use.
mm-hmm.
But the base mechanics of the engine, what the OS of what the OS of the console is written off of, and everything, the base code is JavaScript. For Xbox One, it's C# for an Xbox 360. Like, as long as you can make something that those languages can say, all right, here we can just launch this and that's it. We can work with that. Like Unreal Engine 3 works fine with C#. Do you build a 2D game in Unreal Engine 3? I don't know. I don't know what you would build, and I'm not a game developer, but I can find out very, very easily and very, very quickly.
I would just be curious to know what it would take financially,
Well, imagine you hired a guy for a year that's a developer. Just to pay his wages, you're looking at $100,000. Because that's what devs make. The lowest paid developer at Microsoft makes $88,000 a year. And that's like application or web-based developer. The 22-year-olds I was working with while I was there were making $92,000 a year.
Yeah, but so what you're saying is to make an RPG would probably be more than a year, though, right?
Maybe it depends. It really depends on what you're making. It's just the cost of just the people writing the code.
You'd probably need like $500,000, right? At least.
It depends on the scope of the game, like how big. I mean, you have enough content to make a 40-hour game. What it would cost to make a 40-hour game? Probably a couple million. Not. I don't know. We'd have to look at stuff like Bastion and Transistor and Fez and stuff like that. Where
those guys made. I mean, Fez was 5 years made by himself. Another guy, right?
Well, I mean, 5 years, one developer. That's $500,000.
2 developers, him and his buddy.
Yeah. So you're still. I mean, yeah. It's developers are expensive. So we either pay one or I become one, which I'm already trying to do anyways. So we could do that too. But I mean there's options. But no, it's you're paying your developer's wage. For you've got content and art assets down. You don't even need an art department.
Well, but I still have to build art assets.
Got all that stuff.
Yeah, but I still have to build it. It's not all done. You know what I mean? It's not like
it's
sitting there.
It has to be built. Yes, I understand that. But the content's already there, though. That's the best part. Coming up with a good story and a good idea. That's hard. Coming up with a shit story and a shit idea. That's easy. That's just people throwing money in a game and making a game just to make it, or a movie just to make it, or a TV series just to make it. But with the content already being there, that's definitely going to take away from the financial part of it, because you're not hiring art people, you're not hiring story people. I don't even know what that would be called.
I think the trick would be to have the story and all that shit worked out before it started, right? Like the design documents done.
Everything,
right?
Yeah. You'd have all of it done, and then you'd say, okay, here's a dev, here's the engine we're working with. Here's
the
the platform we're
original
gonna launch with.
demo. That you know what I mean? Like a
Yeah,
proof
and
of
just go
concept.
from there. Yeah, everything. Have
But what would
everything
that
set
number
up.
be? What would that number be once you have that up? You know, like is that a half mil? Is that a? Because look, Kickstarter with
Um,
Kickstarter, bro, you know, an indie dev's lucky to generate 100 grand.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like that's a fact. You know.
I honestly think, like, say you and I spend 6 months on this, and we make this kick-ass little demo using RPG Maker. We get all the Ruby scripts to work. We have it look the way we want it to look. We have it act the way we want it to act in 6 months. If you were to take that to an indie developer and say, I want to make this, but with like 5 times more content, I'm guessing it'd probably be like a half mil just to even start. But that's just a
If you're gonna
guess.
go RPG Maker sucks, you know, it would. I'm like, yeah, well, it's not gonna look like a typical RPG Maker game, you know.
Well,
So,
yeah. Well, we would show them that that even though we're using that as the frame, that's simply the framework.
right.
So, but if you're going to use a different engine, which they wouldn't use just a Ruby scripted engine or a framework. They'd actually build it in something, a different framework, and they would insist on building it in a different framework because they could charge you more money to do that. But I'm assuming the number is going to be high. I mean, I talked to Bodie. He made 170 grand off of his Kickstarter, and it's a 2D platformer. So I can talk to him and see how everything's going with him and get a whole bunch of information from him.
We'll just make the demo and figure out after. I was just curious. I'm not trying to.
I don't know, man. I assume when it comes to this stuff, because it's my industry, that it's going to be expensive. That's my immediate assumption. Because developers are dicks and I charge a lot of money.
Right.
So I could be wrong, but who knows?
Next up, Pilot Wings remake.
Oh God, I
Set in
wish.
Game Cave.
Oh, that'd be so. You jump out of the Bombcat ship.
Yeah.
The Jolly. Why did I
Oh,
just
Dagger.
freaking- Oh, the Jolly Dagger. Yeah, and then you got to go through the rings and parachute down to safety. That would be so dope. I will be right back.
What's up, gamer?
And I'm back. What's Donny being a pain in the ass?
Huh.
Are you sure? You only have 259 layers.
Yeah, but I'm not. You know, a lot of it's just I add. I don't merge.
I know. It's funny to me. I've never seen anything like that. No, it's like you started going through stuff when we were one night, and I was like, "Why does he have hundreds of layers?" Guess that's
Doesn't matter. It just gets flattened. Options.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's only Monday. Felt like Tuesday.
Thanks, gamer. Appreciate it.
What happened?
Okay, I was just like, you're awesome. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Why am I not seeing anything in chat?
Hey, I'm the only one who can see it.
I think so.
Believe me, I tried to put that in Brandon's hand, like when we would stream. I'm like, hey, you handle this. And he's like, I can't handle shit. And I'm like, fuck. I was almost tempted to have. There was, like, I was thinking maybe we should log into my account, he stream, and then we'll just switch to my screen so he can. But his internet sucks, so that's.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, the only thing I can see in chat is that thing, the test message I sent. That's weird. Figured you'd be able to communicate with anybody else.
You know, Google, man, they make what they make, and people have to deal with it.
Google, I'll do what I want.
Pretty much.
Ash just became a preferred partner of theirs. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on.
I'm still trying to learn how to paint like me, gamer. I don't really have even professed to have this figured out yet.
There we go.
My asshole neighbors trying to pull a fast one on me today.
What are your neighbors doing?
Oh, they think they're being clever. They so we take our pets in every 6 months to the vet, and my cat, you know, like we got him in this kennel. We had this like giant Minecraft kennel thing we made for him because he turned 8 or 9 and just decided he wanted to pee on everything, and I don't know, it's fucking crazy. He's eating the dog's food. He's putting on weight. So we got him in this kennel thing, and we let him out during the day. It happens. Sometimes they do this, right? He likes it in there. Like we'll leave the thing wide open while we're home, you know, and he goes in there, so he likes it. But he kept putting on weight, and we couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. So we figured out that we thought we were giving him 1/4 cup of food. We were giving him 1/3 cup.
Okay.
Right. So we got him on the 1/4 cup. Just took him to the vet. He's perfectly good health, bit of health, but he needs to lose about 2 pounds. You know, he's 16 pounds, dude. So he's like, again,
That's a big cat.
big cat. So, and we don't feed him people food ever. So this is just, anyhow, he so he's been starting to drink his water like for food, right? Like to get extra food. So he's complaining about not getting enough, and so my wife goes, "Is he out of water?" I'm like, he had water. And he's like, "Oh, he's out of water." I'm like, I'm not gonna keep giving him, because you don't want to keep giving cats water. They can get urinary tract infections, the whole thing.
Sure.
You know? I'm like, he's not actually thirsty. He's just eating his water for food. These cats, my asshole neighbors thinking they're fucking clever, decided to call animal control on us. I get this note today, and they're like, it says you're dehydrating your cat. I'm like, the only person who could have heard that fucking conversation is those assholes right outside my fucking window.
No
You know what I mean?
way.
Oh, yeah, dude. They think they're being totally fucking clever, So, like, first off, we got a clean bill of health from the vet as of last weekend. You know what I mean? So my wife's taking care of it. But I'm like, these fucking dudes are about to get a level of pain they ain't seen, bro. Like, they have no idea, dude. Like, and I could tell something was up, because the past couple of days when I'm out there, they were like kind of looking at me weird. I'm like, they're up to something. So I've been waiting for it, right? I could just tell, dude. I grew up in the burbs, man. Remember that movie? That's my shit, dude.
I just watched it like
Yeah.
like a week and a half ago.
Burbs that's my fucking deal, bro. That's my fucking movie. Like, that's the one that if you want to know what my life's most like, that's it right there.
So when you have your head bandaged up at the very end, and you're like, they're not the ones that are screwed up.
No, I'm
We're
the guy
ones that are
across the
screwed up.
lawn. I'm the fucking crazy military dude across the lawn who just knows shit's fucking up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not fucking. I know what's going on around this fucking place.
the old guy letting his dog out to shit.
Well, I wouldn't do that. But
No, wasn't that the beginning of the movie?
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
the old guy
Walter.
let his- yeah. Walter. Walter.
yeah, it's my movie, man.
What a terrible name. Yeah, I watched that like a week and a half ago. I was like, oh, The Burbs is on. Like, it was on Netflix or something like that. And I was like, oh, no shit. I gotta watch that. Because you can't forget the part about Tom Hanks when he eats whatever the hell. Like, oh, Jesus. And
They're
he
at the
starts
dinner.
like, yeah. He's like,
Back left, and he's like looking at it like, I'm not eating that. Oh, it's good. Eat. Fuck premoids.
oh, so funny.
They think they're fucking clever, but the old wifey's on it, dude. She's like, oh yes, now the fun begins.
Well,
I was
yeah,
just trying to let the shit go, bro. But all right,
Well, like it's a big like.
It's anonymous. They'll never know. No, we know, and I know, and here we
Yeah.
go. Here we go. They're
Especially-
still pissed that I called their fucking truck was in the. Dude, they own they drive a tow truck and they park it in the fire zone. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fire zone that my Joe got towed from there. You know what I mean? Like, I've been here 10 fucking years, bro. Like, it's pretty, like, everyone who parks in that fire zone gets towed because it's a fucking fire zone, dude. Like, if there's a fire, that's the only place in this complex to park. It's kind of a big fucking deal, dude, And it's not like they parked there and I called it on them. I left, came back 2 hours later, they're still sitting there. Like, he was like, that's just his spot now because he's in a fucking tow truck.
Wow.
So I called the fucking tow place. I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? No. And they're like, well, what is that? I'm like, it's a tow truck. And she's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no, he's parked in the fire. They were pissed, So he's been pissed over since, because you can't do that, bro. Like, don't. I think, well, maybe I was being a dick. I'm like, no, he shouldn't. But he got a pass. They just called him. It's not like they came out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they didn't tow him.
Right. He got a phone call. Then he was all fucking butthurt about it. So ever since, dude, I'm like, well, joke's on them, dude, because one of their kids is gonna end up murdering him one day. Hopefully, I'm there to laugh. Like, just as they're just being wheeled out. Bravo. Yeah, I want to be on Christian Bale and shit. That's just fucking great.
Dude, yeah.
Yes.
I watched my buddy's apartment this weekend. Because he went out of town, and he didn't give me. They have under the building. They have the parking garage, and he didn't give me the fucking key for the parking garage. So I can't go to his apartment and park in the parking garage in his parking spot. I have to park outside of the parking garage, which is not. There's street parking, which there's none of, or there's like KinderCare and these other complex parking spots that have all these signs everywhere that's like, do not park here. If you're a Luna resident, you will get towed. All this shit. So Sunday, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Roll up. There's no street parking anywhere. Unless you go in Fire Zone, which I did that once and never do it again. So I park in the KinderCare parking lot. I was like, oh, it's Sunday. No one's going to be here. No one's going to give a shit. Whatever. And go up, feed the cats, water plants, all the stupid shit. Look outside, see a tow truck pull right into the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, shit. Time to go. Go fucking running down there, like banging on the elevator button, like, come on, this is bullshit. I should take the stairs. All the stupid shit. Run outside. Tow truck's gone. Nowhere to be seen. Just, I was there for like 7 minutes, but I was so paranoid of getting towed.
Right.
That I'm like, oh, tow truck, I'm fucked.
You're doing wrong, that's why. You know what I mean? But this guy, dude, like, I mean, I just hate that. You know, it's like I didn't even care. Like, I get it. You know, you had to drop some stuff off, grab some things, but I'm not that guy who's like, oh,
Sure,
you know,
yeah, if you're there for a couple of minutes.
I'm not a fucking narc, bro. You know, but I'm like, I came back 2 hours, dude, and like they're just like, that's where they're gonna park, and they just got here. I'm like, this is like your first week. You know, like,
damn.
You know, I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking. Yeah, so I'm calling her, and they're like, "Oh, we know it was you." I'm like, "How you figure, dude?" You know what I mean? Like, they just decided it was me, and I'm like, "Okay, so that's how I'm gonna be your rival. Perfect." But you're fucking with the wrong person, dude. You know, because like, honestly, dude, I don't have morals. Like,
the Rob rage will cometh.
When I was a kid, I used to sneak out in the middle of the night and just pee on people's cars. You know, like, I'll get you. Right over that handle. You don't even know because in the morning, you know, it dries.
You know what's really funny is I had one guy fuck with me one time and I did the exact same thing, except I stood on his hood and pissed into his vents.
And I would like to think that I'm pushing 40. It's above me. It's not above me.
It's not at all.
It's not above me. You know, matter of fact, it's like time for a reunion. Well, we haven't pulled this move out in about 20 years, but you know, I can go there. Old friend of mine, you know, like I'll periscope the shit this time. Like,
oh, Dick Neighbors, have fun with this. Best wishes, Mullins. That's funny as hell.
But you just dragged my fucking cat in here, dude. Like, I'm a really responsible pet owner, dude. So I'm like, really? You know, okay. My wife was like, I got it. Don't. I'm like, all right.
That's probably why she was like, I got it, because I'm a responsible pet owner myself, and that would really fuck with me if someone was like, oh yeah, you're being a dipshit. Like,
if the cat is overweight, you can't starve a cat. They get fucking fatty liver. Like, you know what I mean? You can't overfeed a cat, they get fatty liver. I mean, cats are almost like a walking fucking aquariums, dude. You know, like, they're really fickle.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, he can't go around, you know, and they're like, well, he's mewing a lot. I'm like, your fucking kids do nothing but scream. You know, tell me my fucking cat makes too much noise from the people whose fucking kids don't stop. You know? Ever. You know? I dare you. You know, he mews at fucking 6:30 a.m. in the morning and at 4:30 at night when he wants his food. because he's starving because he's used to fucking eating too much.
Yeah, I adopted a 19-pound cat that he was totally clean bill of health from the vet. They were like, you know what? Sometimes you just have big cats. And that's all he would do is he would get hungry and he'd meow at you. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
This is such a white trash move of them, you know? I'm gonna call the animal control thing. Really? You're gonna fucking make me lose my cat? Is that your fucking plan?
Weak people choose revenge, dude.
Like, this is what you want to do? Because I will start calling fucking child CPA. You know, I'll start calling. I mean, I don't even get me started, dude. I was adopted. I know what to do. You know, I know which social workers to call. My mother fucking was the chick who came and took your kids away. The chick who, dude, so you want to hear some crazy shit? My mom left me on a doorstep on Christmas Day, dude, and drove off. Told this guy we died in a car accident, got married, bro. Didn't even leave the city. We were like 40 minutes away. She ended up working for the city as the person who came and took your kids away when you were an abusive parent. How about them apples? You know
so
what
your
I'm
mom
saying?
dropped you off and then became a CPS worker?
Essentially.
Wow.
You know, it's not CPS. There's a thing for the city where it's the actual city will come and take your kids away. My mom.
Can't make that shit up.
Yeah. I know what kind of people work in those agencies. Huh?
Your mom dropped you off on a doorstep on Christmas?
All my stuff in a bag of trash, dude. Like a Glad's bag.
God damn, man.
1987. Christmas Day.
Shit.
Yeah. So, like, I know how to deal. You know, like.
Yeah, right.
Here we go. You know. Oh, and to this day, she blames me. It's the best. My mom's like, psycho.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, to this day, it's my fault. So,
wow, man.
I just look at that. Woe is me. It's just, it's funny. It's like, yeah, like these people have no idea who they're fucking with. You know, like.
Well, I mean, like, so my mom dropped me off at my grandparents when I was 4, and she did the whole, like, hey, we're going to go see Gramps and Gramps. Like, grab your stuff. And we're like, all right, we grabbed our stuff because we thought we were going to stay there for the weekend. But she's like, no, grab your clothes. And then she dropped us off and then just, like, bounced and, like, never came back. And then not for, like, 7 years. But, like, yeah, it definitely does something to your brain when somebody does that, and then somebody like fucks with you, and they fuck with you when it comes to taking care of whether it's an animal or another person or something like that. And it's like, dude, do you even know? Like,
you guys, your game is really weak. You know what I mean? You're fucking white trash. You know, but so am I. You know, like, and I can out white trash you. So it's gonna happen.
yeah, but the difference.
As Al Bundy would say, it's on. You know, like it's on. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the one difference between you and I and shit like what they're doing is intelligence. Is I and you have dealt with it intelligently. Like, a lot of what I heard a lot was, you know, you weren't supposed to make it because you had this shit childhood and everything like that, but you actually made something of yourself, which is cool. You did the exact same thing. So there's a portion of intelligence there where, you know, we're supposed to
have a healthy personal relationship with my wife. You know what I mean? I don't count the career as a sign of beating my childhood. I count, my home life.
But
my home life is great. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
not being what they were.
Yeah. Not
You know,
fucking
not
these guys. You know, like.
And then you got these people that are like, "Hey, we're gonna be dipshits." That's fucking stupid, man. That's so dumb. Well, I mean, don't go overboard, but
I'm gonna leave it to her. And
definitely,
if it doesn't work, then it comes
with
to me. You know? Oh, they're gonna get it.
Oh, you and I are so alike on a couple of different things. Just, I don't know, man. There's certain things where it's like somebody will do something to you and you're like, really? All right, fuck it, let's go. Let's do this. You want to dance? Well,
I'll have CPS
hopefully.
down here every fucking week. You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, don't even fucking start, dude. But my wife's gonna handle it responsibly, and if that doesn't see a result, then I'll handle it irresponsibly.
That needs to. Hold on, I'm gonna write that one down. That's going in the Rob Rage quotes. Oh look, it's already highlighted. Let's see. My wife is going to handle it responsibly.
Trying to take my cat away? I'll fucking kill you, dude. You know, like straight up.
Okay,
I will
yeah. Well, I mean, first off, you just don't. That's terrible.
Low blow, people. Low blow.
Man, I love reading these. Game journalism is a fucking Toys R Us ad.
Prove me otherwise.
SketchCraft is the Kevin Bacon of art.
I don't even know what that means anymore.
You said it, man. That's why I save these, dude. They're just precious little gems. Whatever came of the con art thief? Anything cool?
He lives to thieve again.
So no emails apologizing or anything like that?
Why would he?
Well, I mean, he did get called out.
Oh no. That'll scare him. You know? This guy probably loots fucking 7-Elevens a minute. You know, he's got an excuse to. You know? Someone shot someone, I'm gonna go loot a store.
So, probably just dirtbag.
You know, he's a total dirtbag. Yeah, but he's got honor. He doesn't care. He's not gonna go, oh, my bad. He's just gonna keep doing it again.
Just not do your stuff, do somebody else's.
Oh no, he'll do my stuff.
Oh, wow, really? You think so?
I guarantee it. You know, just to prove a point.
Oh, wow.
We guys managed to cause him a little bit of uncomfortability. You know, so strike that as a win. We got it on camera.
So he's going to be a big enough dick to be like, you called me out on something I was doing wrong, but I'm just going to keep scalping your stuff.
Well, it's like when so-and-so, right? So-and-so, you know, made off with certain stuff, you know? It's like, you know, I love the guy, but, you know, the excuse was like, well, you know, I got to take care of my family first. And I guarantee that's the mentalities people take. They go, well, I got to survive. This isn't hurting you. You know, you could still sell your art. I mean, that I already know the thought process behind this. You know,
I see what you're saying.
you see what I mean? Like you could see like
Yeah.
they've reasoned it with themselves. Well, I'm not like hurting him. You know.
Wow. Oh man, that's fucking crazy.
Get it? You know. So what I can do about that? You know, then when it happens, call him out again. You know, but I mean, I can't spend my whole time digging these people up. You know.
No, and you and I had that conversation a while ago when we found out there was a couple people jacking stuff from my little tiny community.
Right.
They're like, what are you gonna do? Call them out every time? No. And like, yeah, see. Although, okay. Oh, that sucks. A really good color pencil artist that does a lot of very vibrant, very line value heavy artwork that it's more artwork than tattoo, but it's kind of tattoo style because it's got all the different line values, but it's very, very saturated. She just found out that people were stealing her stuff and using it for temporary tattoos.
Yeah.
So she actually put a call out on DeviantArt. So that sucks. Yay, half gig download. Gotta love updates.
Not updating to Windows 10. Give it 6 months.
At work last week, the guy that's next to me, he was getting these update notifications. We kept pushing him off, and then all of a sudden, his computer's like, was like, "You're restarting," and he's like, "Hey, Mike," like smacked me right when it happened. I looked over. It's like, your computer's restarting, and then it popped up and it's like, updated to Windows 10. I'm like, what did you do? And he's like, I don't know, man. I just kept pushing off updates, and I was like, well, no, you're fucked. So he got pushed to Windows 10 immediately. I haven't done it yet. I will.
I turned that shit off before it came out.
Oh, I'm gonna go to 10.
Disabled it.
10's the only one I haven't actually test bedded with the RC builds.
I'll never get anything when it comes out, bro. You crazy?
Oh man, I always run it for like, I ran Windows 7 2 years before it came out. I ran Windows 8 a year and a half before it came out, but I haven't run 10 yet.
Everyone's like, oh, I like it. It's so nice, except when my driver crashes and then my Wacom thing doesn't work right, and then this one other thing, and then it forces updates. But you know what? It's all really good. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It has a start menu.
Yeah, it's got
Alright.
a start menu that they implemented in Windows 8.1, and it's going to have so many edge case bugs like that.
I have 8.1, and I don't use their start menu. I have that start on or whatever that is. It's a plugin.
I haven't used the start menu ever. I use the Windows key.
I use this. There's a plugin. It gives you automatic. It gives you Windows 7 style start menu.
I haven't. Yeah, I've been
Awesome.
so
Awesome.
eight for so long. It's if I want to go somewhere quickly, because Windows 7 and Windows 8 has the same search function. Hit the Windows key, start typing. So if I want to go to Control Panel, I hit the Windows key and I type in CONT, and then hit Enter, and it immediately opens the Control Panel. Done. Don't have to go use a mouse to go anywhere. I never used that functionality when I had 7, but when I had 8, you had to. Yet it exists between both of them. So I haven't had a need for a start menu or anything like that. I don't use Metro because that's just weird, and full screen apps are stupid. But yeah, I move around. I'm super fast at it, but I've been using it for years, so makes sense.
Finally got my Blizzard account reactivated. I hacked a long time ago, and I just never took it back.
Are you gonna start playing WoW?
No, I wanted to be able to go in with the free trial and screen. I can, if I want to, I can just open up a vanilla server and screen snap. I wanted to practice some little poly modeling again, yeah.
Okay.
Start to pick it back up. So I figured, well, at least I just wanted my account back first off, you know. Yeah, sort of characters that, you know. And I was like, well, how do I get this back? I had to actually call him, schedule an appointment, and the whole thing. The last time I logged in was before Battle.net. April 10th, 2010.
Wow.
We had to figure out, like, my characters were still there. It took a while to figure out. The worst experience I ever had with that was City of Heroes. I actually had a level 50 dude. And, I mean, I'd spent forever on that. And so proud of it. And then they switched it to free to play and fucked my whole thing up, dude. They went free to play and I couldn't unlock my characters. The ones that I already paid for and paid monthly subscriptions for, built up, couldn't get anymore unless I bought their fucking playtime cards and shit.
Huh.
I was so pissed.
On WoW?
No, City of Heroes.
Oh, yeah. That sucks. Check your Actually, hold on. Squeak.
Later, Angel. Hard to keep track of all these chat things because they don't appear in the order in which people say things. They jump around.
I can't see any of it.
Yeah, Angel, I'll post the result later. And I'll have a speed paint of this when it's done and everything else.
Okay, so my upload is garbage right now. So you're chunking out on me.
I'm what?
You're going while you're talking.
I'm fine, man. My internet's fine.
Yeah, I know. I just checked mine. My internet's not fine.
Yeah, your internet sucks.
You're absolutely correct.
You got the lamer net.
I do. Oh, snap. Yeah, that's because there's a nice little bug in Google Maps. So if you type in my address, it goes to Mercer Island. And Mercer Island, you can't get cable internet. But where I live, you can get cable internet. So we went with CenturyLink. So we get 12 megs down, 12 megabits down. And we have to switch to Comcast eventually to get 50 megabits down. So I'm on DSL on 12 megabits down. And I'm on wireless too. So yeah, that's awesome. Which is not. Yeah, see, I have a chat window that I wrote test in, and then I don't see anything from anybody else. And it says group chat.
Sorry, Angela. It's just hard to see. So I had to just clear all the text out. So sometimes I can see when everyone starts texting on there, it gets all mixed up. It doesn't appear like, say you do something, someone else says something, it'll appear in whatever order it wants for whatever reason. I don't know. But these automatically get uploaded to my YouTube, but the final results, I'll have everything up.
I'm wondering why I'm not getting any group chat information. Yeah, I get nothing. I have no idea what anybody else is saying.
Weird.
I agree. We used to be able to get it because we did Google Hangouts all the time. No, I'm gonna listen to. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Found it.
Can't play anything, man. I'll get a DMCA.
You can't. Well, no, but you're not gonna get anything that I'm doing. And plus, it's not.
As long as I can't barely hear it either, dude. If it's even barely audible, I'm gonna get a DMCA. Like if I hum the fucking Dukes of Hazzard theme, I'm gonna get a fucking DMCA.
No, this is your intro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes my intros get me DMCA's too. I have to fight that.
Well, can. Oh, here it is. Can you hear it? Oh, God damn it! I love this.
Oh yeah, super casual.
The only music that brings a smile to my face.
After we get the demo done, then we'll make a point-and-click adventure game studio.
Oh man, wouldn't that be great?
Where we go to Hellmart and we just gotta like try to get turn that whole thing into. He can't get into his DS and he needs the fucking spare parts and he can't. He has to make the trip down there.
Now you're talking. Oh man, that intro music gets me every time.
Yeah, Brandon fucked that up. I'm gonna have to go and animate it myself sometime.
Wait, with the stills?
Yeah, his timing was horrible. He took it
Wasn't-
out. I don't know. I
Not
gave him.
bad.
Oh, it was horrible, and he mixed up all these backgrounds. Like I don't know. Man. It was a PSD with layer comp, so all I have to do is export the layer comp stuff individual files, and then he went and made a bunch of cross-matched stuff. I don't have it in me to teach people quality, man. I gave up on that one quickly.
It's good enough for me anyway, so whatever.
He insists that he could have fixed it. I'm like, and it would be fixed by now. What have you been waiting for?
So is he working on those covers? Or those whatever the fuck they're called?
No, right now his wife's using their computer. He can't do much. So
Why do they only have one computer? Still.
you know, it's something I told him was gonna bite them in the ass sooner than later, and here we are.
I'm literally looking at 3 different computers in my bedroom.
Doesn't have a second computer, man. Yeah.
A second computer is like $200.
Oh, they never got one. Tell me about it. So resume functions. Yeah, right now she's modeling. She's better at it than him. So.
She's doing the modeling now?
Yeah, well, she's been pretty much doing the modeling for him, really. So
I thought he was doing all of that.
Apparently not. Apparently she was helping him a whole lot.
Oh, Brandon.
Yeah. Trying to find something for him to do. So he's got these paintings he's starting. We'll see how that goes.
Whatever. None of my goddamn business.
Whatever.
So that means she's modeling the Butter Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweet. At least know who to credit.
He can do some stuff. Like he'll be good for like, hey, I need low poly books, low poly lamp, you know what I mean, like props. The complicated shit, not so good. You know. So. And I'm hoping I could teach him to paint in black and white.
Intern 3D artist, where it's like, hey, you want to come work for us? We got a lot of boxes to make, a lot of shelves, wall textures. Oh, sweet. That crashed.
So.
There we go. All right. Hey, did you ever play a bunch of Final Fantasy games, or were you not a Final Fantasy kid?
Yeah, I played. You know, we gotta remember though, like, I didn't have a Super Nintendo until around the time right before Chrono
Rob.
Trigger came out. So I had Final Fantasy 1 on NES. I didn't think it was as good as Dragon Warriors 1, 2, or 3, or 4, you know? So I had 4 Dragon Warrior games. So I was more of a Dragon Warrior guy. When I got on the Genesis, I found Shining Force, you know? So I didn't get into Final Fantasy until really 7 came out. And even when 7 came out, I loved it, but I was really looking forward to Tactics. You there? Hello? Hey, he dropped. Did you drop? I'm still running. It says you're there. Maybe you hit the mute button. You there? Hold on one second. Maybe I turn the volume down. No, I can hear myself. You there? Look, it says you're on there, so I just can't. I don't see any of your voice. Maybe hit mute.
There you are.
Yeah, there you go.
Why are you silent?
I'm not silent. You just would hello, Rob, and then that was it. You there? I can hear you. I can hear you. It's weird. Ah, he must be rebooting.
Test.
There you go.
I have no idea what just happened.
Audio driver just dropped. Huh?
Did you get a driver warning? I don't know. I had local sound, but anything on stream was not going through. Anything off Skype was not going through.
Weird.
So, well, happens.
Anyways, what I was trying to say was like Final Fantasy. I mean, there was only like one Final Fantasy game on the NES, so I didn't get Super Nintendo until like '94, dude. You know, so I had 4 Dragon Warrior games on my NES, and I had a Genesis, so I had, I had Shining Force, Phantasy Star, grip of fucking other games like, what was that one? Arc Runner, Load Runner? Not Load Runner, it's a fucking different thing, but Arc Lander. It was like this Zelda.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean? So like there was different things that I played. I didn't get into Final Fantasy. I mean, by the time I got a Super Nintendo, Breath of Fire 2 was already out. You know what I mean? And then Chrono Trigger came out, so I didn't get into Final Fantasy until really Final Fantasy 7. And then even then, dude, as much as I love that game, and I bought a PlayStation for it, it was the demo for fucking, or the little video for Tactics that blew me away. You know?
Yeah, I remember that.
So I was like, this is like Shining Force, but it's 3D and it's got 2D care. Oh my god! You know, like I was just blown away by it. I bought that the day it came out. Yeah, I pre-ordered that shit. My friends thought I was retarded. They're like, really? I was like, yeah.
Well, you got a little bit of it with Ogre Battle, but you didn't get the full Tactics experience. Still Tactics.
Yeah, I mean, I like the. It was like Shining Force in 3D, right? So.
It really was.
Yeah. But then
Shining Force.
But with Final Fantasy after 7 and 8 was okay, 9 was great, and then they did the re-releases with 6 and you know what I mean, the anthology and shit. So I was able to enjoy that from a backwards perspective. But that's why I was always like a Dragon Quest / Shining Force fan. You know?
Yes, and those are both very good games. I've been replaying 9 just to, I don't know, I was hankering for it.
Make yourself cry because we may never get 11 unless I buy fucking Heroes.
Something like that.
I'd rather just kickstart it, you know, the translation.
But I don't know, it's getting kind of weird going back to the older games. Just the dynamics of everything has changed so much.
Yeah, to an extent. I say the 16-bit ones hold up pretty well, you know? So, when I think about the demo, like, I think of the trick is to make it fun, like, don't repeat things. If we can somehow just have an instant fucking attack button, the last repeated command shit, would be nice.
Yeah,
But,
memory
like,
command.
when I play Saga Frontier 2, dude, like, look, the story fucking blows, but it looks great. Like, that look doesn't get old, in terms of talking to people, as long as we can make people laugh, oh, that's fun and that's goofy. Let me go see what this does. Then it works. And I think about it from the same stance of like point and click adventure games. That's why when you get a point and click adventure game that's so serious, it's like you're probably not going to work because half the fucking battle really is humor.
Mm-hmm.
The retro thing works better when there's a bit of humor in it. If it was like RPG Maker, vanilla with that top-down pixel shit that ships with. I mean, I don't. That would bore the fuck out of me in 3 seconds. So
Well, it bores the fuck out of me because I watch a lot of Let's Players, and a lot of their fans make games for them, and it's all an RPG Maker. So it's fun that their fans do that, but it's it's the same colors every time. Your palette doesn't change.
yeah, well, we don't have to worry about that. So
Nah, we'll get it figured out.
yeah,
So why does that look red?
because it's the previous. So I'm gonna flip it out to purple, dude. Just masking this part in.
Oh, snap. Oh, what? Seriously?
Yeah, see,
Oh my
power
god.
gradient maps, bro. You like that? I like them apples. Like how that shit gets done. See how it had all the yellows are in there too, dude.
Like apples? How you like them
Yeah.
apples?
Powerful shit right there, bro. I didn't blend one color.
You did not blend one color. God damn. That was pretty legit. And now you're just gonna make it purple. Seriously? That's it?
Yeah,
That's the process?
you like that?
Oh my fuck, dude.
I don't know what the highlight color. If I'm gonna leave a little bit of green in there for now, and then yeah, I'll get his mouth and teeth in a second. Oh, well, the teeth are pretty easy because I got that color right there, and then
God damn, dude. When are you doing the next power prints?
this shit's done. I gotta generate some revenue, bro.
So it's already on Kickstarter?
No. I'm trying to finish the TMNT shit. Then I'll go up.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's so crazy. So crazy.
Right.
And it works too.
Yeah, so when we want GameCube to have a night cycle, it's just different gradient maps. Yeah. Artwork's done.
There we go. Done.
Yeah. So
We're
I mean,
smart
I'll come
now.
in here and paint and lighting effects and stuff. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I mean, if we were on a budget, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Done. Done.
yeah. So I mean, I can then go, okay, 1 hour for lighting. 1 hour for that. That's about the end of it.
Well, once I get through the basics of all of it and find out what you can actually edit and move around, I think assets are going to be kind of like the least of our worries because you could bang out placeholder assets
Placeholder
really
assets
quick.
are really hard.
Yeah.
Final art, I don't want to rush.
But we just need to find out what our assets need to be eventually. Because since the RPG Maker has so many stock assets,
I'm not using
it'll
any
be.
stock assets. Using stock assets. Art assets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to use stock anything.
So then we're probably looking at
But
5 to 10.
But you need to remember. But what you need to remember too is that the way I see it, it's not like I'm gonna have to draw an individual chest, an individual barrel,
No.
and an individual.
No.
It's just a big piece of art, dude. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So I think on a whole we'll need between 5 and 10 pieces of art assets
And,
between maps and stores and stuff like that. I don't think it's going to be very many because the way it does it though, the way you create the events and what you're displaying is one image.
Mhm.
Because you're creating events for specific, like if say we made a shop, but that you wanted that shop to have a treasure chest that you can open in. That shop is one image, that chest is one image, and that's one event.
Yeah.
So
it's just making sure everything's like layered properly.
Mhm. Yeah.
That the
We'll
lighting's
figure it out.
dynamic. What I want to be able to create is little animations, like the flickering of the lights, and you know what I mean. Plus, there's that light program, right, that you can plug into that adds like that dynamic lighting. That'll be interesting to see how that works. Have you seen that?
Oh, I'll be looking at all sorts of stuff. No, I haven't yet, but I'm going to be diving deep into this. So
Yeah, I didn't want to overwhelm you with all their plugins, but there's this one that allows you to add real-time lighting over 2D assets. So I would color everything stock, and then the lighting gets done in engine with this thing.
Mhm.
And I wonder, no one's used it with parallax maps yet, but I can't imagine it be any different. You just make a mask for the lights, what bounces on, what doesn't, right? It's like positive and negative value, I imagine. You like how that just got instant color? Bingo.
It's kind of freaky, considering I've been watching 2 hours of black and white, and it's immediately colored.
See? You want to go? You want to see the 16-bit version?
Yep.
One second. Let me get this set up right. Let me type in 5. Let's see, how was that? I need control. One second, I'll grab it. I had this texture already made. Alright, check this out. Okay, unselect.
God, CS6.
So let's see how this would probably work closer. Like, I take this.
How big is that image?
This is at print size, so
300 DPI?
yeah. So I actually have a version of this. You know what? I bet you. I wonder if I still have my Halo thing. I did this with my piece of Halo art. And I up-res everything. Problem is I can't remember where I put. Some of this shit came from work.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember where I put it. So the trick is. Indexes. And then, like. I don't like color ramp. So the color ramp would be like, let's say, let me take this. Let me duplicate this.
Well, it's pixelating really well. It's just, it's very,
Well, yeah.
very large.
Yeah. It's, well, no. What I was saying is this is fakery. Like, okay. Like, here. This is all a smooth painting. Right?
Okay.
But with a pixel texture and a couple adjustment layers, now it's a pixel.
Oh, wow.
It's all fake. See? And what's cool about it is with the way it's set up, I just paint in new clouds. Yeah.
Holy shit.
You need 50. Just paint in different degrees. Oh, 50%. Oh look. Oh yeah. You know, get the actual painter brush. Yeah. I learned this from the guy who was making Chasm. So it set me down the path of, all right, so I don't have to actually do it the hard way.
No, you don't.
Yeah. We could make pixel-looking backgrounds, and I would be painting them, This case, though, I think having hand-drawn shit is the big difference. People seem to think pixels mean it's in low res. they don't seem to understand. You know?
Yeah. Agreed.
I was showing you the Saga Frontier 2 because I'm like, that shit's pretty classic, dude. You know, I'd buy a new game that looked like that. You know, it'd be cool to
Yeah.
at some point to see if we could, you know, like for a second project, you know, if we wanted to make something else, you know, you could do the marionetting like Odin Sphere shit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be cool to take that marionetting thing and make like a tactics thing. You know, you can blend the the hand drawn art. You know, and all the animation gets done with marionette. You know, versus hand animating everything. You know.
That
I
would
don't
be
know.
pretty goddamn legit.
Make a bunch of fucking game demos and eventually you can sign a deal. You know?
Probably. As long
Yeah.
as we got something to work with.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, it's 11. I'm going to hit the sack.
So tomorrow night I will finish up the yeah, it's already 11. Tomorrow night I'll finish up the rendering.
Okay, well, I'm going to be working on all of our 2D placeholder. Just basic shit to get the script in line. Or we have
Right?
events and everything. We have our spots that we can modify. And then all of our basic scripting code is in place. And then we'll just go from there.
Perfect.
So,
Thanks for hanging out, man.
oh yeah, man. Sorry I had a crazy week last week.
Dude, I've had a crazy year.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, it's like I felt bad being like, I had a hard work week or I had a long work week. It was like, I can't really tell Bob that because I remember him calling me being like, dude, 12 hours sucks. It's like, oh, yeah. So, um, yeah, I'll be home. Hit me up tomorrow. We'll go crazy.
Awesome.
All right,
Well,
man, I'll talk to you later.
you do, bye.
Bye.
Alright, and let's turn this on. Alrighty, folks. That's that for tonight. Tomorrow I will wrap this up. I was just posting stuff to the Facebook and Twitters. So tomorrow night I'm going to go in there and wrap up all the extra lighting and details and shit. So thanks for hanging out. I will see you all tomorrow night.